All right, gang. How's it going? Tonight is the night.
Yeah.
I'm finally gonna go check out John Wick Chapter Part 2.
Yeah.
For those of you who have been following my channel, you may recall that I did a trailer reaction video for the first trailer that came out for John Wick Chapter 2 a few months back. And I think I had so much unbridled anticipation and excitement for that film, I couldn't even encapsulate it into words. Let's look back. You know, in pure hindsight, I'm not sure if I was all that excited for the movie. Are you shitting me? There's only one word that can describe my level of excitement for this film tonight.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Say it again.
Yes! Yes!
Yes! Yes! Oh!
Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Yeah!
I just got out of John Wick Chapter 2. Two words come immediately to mind: holy and shit. I don't like to engage in wild hyperbole when doing film reviews, but John Wick Chapter 2 not only is one of the best pure action film sequels ever conceived and executed, but it also might be one of the best sequels ever made, period. This film is an unrelenting orgy of remarkably sustained and staged murder, death, kill action sequences.
Murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill.
That inspire legitimate awe and wonder in their sights in ways that very few action films these days are able to generate.
I'll kill them. I'll kill them all.
Once you allow yourself to really give into this film's exhilarating power, it's impossible to shake it from your system. It just is. It's an action film of unlimited power.
Yeah.
You may or may not remember the first John Wick film, and if you've never seen it, shame on you. It follows an enigmatic hitman, played of course by the eternally cool Keanu Reeves, and he sought and achieved bloody comeuppance against a Russian mafia boss's son after this kid, are you ready for this, stole his car and killed his puppy. He killed his puppy.
You maniac!
You don't do that to John Wick.
The man, the myth, the legend.
So this new film takes place in the aftermath of that first film, and John Wick once again is on the run with a massive bounty on his head. But the plot goes a lot deeper than that. Early in the stages of the film, he's visited by this Italian crime boss who wants to enlist John to assassinate his sister so that he can take a seat at the high table, which is this council of high-level crime lords. John initially says, no, I don't want to have anything to do with that life anymore. So the crime boss goes, okay, and he blows up John's house. Don't steal John Wick's car, don't kill his puppy, don't blow up his fucking house.
You stabbed the devil in the back. To him, this isn't vengeance. This is justice.
So the problem with this whole scenario is that this Italian crime boss has placed a marker on John Wick, which basically means that if he doesn't do this job, that'll cause him to become embroiled in a lot of trouble with the leader of this vast worldwide network of hitmen, who's led by Winston, who's played really well by Ian McShane.
You have no idea what's coming.
So nevertheless, John Wick begrudgingly agrees to do this Italian mob boss's bidding. He kills his sister, and then of course, this mob boss betrays John Wick. Let's start off with this film's multiple positives. Let's start with Keanu Reeves. Reeves has always had a reputation that has dogged him throughout his career for being a thespian without a lot of range. And let's be honest, he's given some truly awful performances in the past.
Doctor, you must understand. I doubted everything. Even my mind. I was impotent with fear.
But John Wick proves that when he's given the right role that fully harnesses his abilities, that has made him a movie star, he's an unstoppable and charismatic force as he is in this film.
Is this a formal event or a social affair?
Social.
How many buttons?
2.
And what style?
Tactical.
He does a majority of his own stunts, and it's so obvious in this film. And the way the film is shot, that makes you buy into the fact that this 52-year-old man, yes, Keanu Reeves is 52, is indeed doing a lion's share of his own stunts, and it's positively mesmerizing to behold. You know what, I just recently saw XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. In that film, it was so pathetically obvious that Vin Diesel was using stunt doubles. In this film, it looks like Reeves is putting himself in a lion's share of danger and risking his life, let's be honest. So you gotta respect that for the Reeves. The director of this film, Chad Stahelski, I believe that's his name, makes yet another slick, polished, and masterful looking film. Of course, he helmed the first John Wick film, and you know, something has to be said about the way that he handles action and the way that he frames action in ways that modern action film directors just don't do. And he does a lot of long and medium shots and static shots, and he doesn't cut away with hyperactive editing that inspires like epileptic seizures. You actually are able to make sense of the spatial geography of all the combatants in this film, and it's such a wonderful sight to behold yet again in this film.
Good night.
Afraid so.
I'm sorry to hear that.
One scene in particular drives this point home, and it's a scene that takes place in a vast subterranean catacomb. Don't ask why, it's just awesome. And it contains one of the most ruthlessly barbaric killing streaks by an action film hero in modern action film history, and John Wick engages in wave after wave of hostile enemy, and he shoots them in every possible body appendage with various weapons to achieve his freedom and to save his life. It's as breathlessly exciting and as exhilarating as any action sequence I have seen. It is spectacular. You know, hell, even the opening of the film is sensational. And it has this great scene where John Wick once again has to reclaim his car that is stolen. Don't steal John Wick's car. It's rule number 1. It also contains a sensationally realized series of physical beatdowns that, quite frankly, would have been the climax of any other action film. This film's makers are like, no, we're going to throw that right in the beginning. There's more action in this film's first 10 minutes that are in a majority of most action films. So this film kicks it into high gear right from the get-go. Excellent! Now, the film expands on the mythology too. It gives us more precise details as to this vast hitman organization and how it conducts business and how it places marks on people and so forth. So I like the film's delving into the mythology of this really fascinating world.
Accounts payable, how may I help you?
I'd like to open an account.
Name on the account?
John Wick.
How utterly awesome and great is it to see Morpheus and Neo reunited once again after a very long absence on screen together.
John Wick. You're not very good at retiring.
I'm working on it.
And, you know, Laurence Fishburne's role, I don't want to give too much away, it's not very big, but it's certainly juicy, and he engages in pure scenery chewing mode, and it's really fantastic to behold. I haven't seen him this charismatic in years in a film.
Your descent into hell begins here, Mr. Wick. Earl will guide you. Do be careful on your way down. Oh, and remember, you owe me.
You know, the ending of this film, too, hits a crescendo of uncertainty and unease for the John Wick character, but it nevertheless feels like a completely self-contained movie with a story, with a beginning, middle, and end. How utterly refreshing is that? Especially with so many franchise installments these days are more about being placeholder films that are just pathetically trying to set up the next sequel. John Wick Chapter 2 is a rare sequel and franchise installment in a sense that, yes, it does set up another entry in the series, and trust me, we're going to get a John Wick 3, there's no question. Yeah! But it does so by providing a definitively closed-in narrative, again with a beginning, middle, and end that hints at future episodes to come, and I love the way that this film actually does that.
You don't want me owing you.
You know, one nitpick, if I had to make one for John Wick Chapter 2, is that it gets off to a bit of a slow start after that aforementioned opening action sequence, but once it cranks everything up into overdrive, it's positively mesmerizing and exhilarating and incredible, and it becomes this powerful engine to deliver action beat after action beat that continually astounds viewers, and it's just, again, it's an unstoppably powerful force.
You want a war? Or do you want to just give me a gun?
You know, John Wick 2 is not so much a sequel as it is an equal to the first film. And you know what? Scratch that. It's a superior effort to the first film in the sense that it already brilliantly expands upon that already fantastic opening installment in deeply satisfying ways, and it paves the way for more ass-kicking John Wick adventures to come. And for that, I welcome that possibility with open arms. Yes. Yes. You know what? 2017 is only a month and a half old, but I categorically guarantee John Wick Chapter 2 will for sure occupy a place on my list of the 10 best films of this year. Bank on it.
Somebody please get this man a gun.
So there you go. There is my incredibly enthusiastic review to John Wick Chapter 2. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you like this film, whether or not you like this film more than John Wick 1, whether or not this is one of your favorite Keanu Reeves movies ever made.
So I guess you have a choice. You want a war?
Certainly is one of mine.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you very much for watching. If you could like this video, I'd really appreciate it. If you could subscribe to my channel, give me some subscribe love, that would mean the absolute world to me. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
I'll try and do the same.